Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day. Let's take a look here at SUI, see what's going on. It is actually performing pretty much par for the course. It pulled back a lot harder than it should have, but the truth is we're still respecting this ascending trend, still basically continuing higher. And when I say ascending trend, I'm talking about a short-term trend line. We can see that on smaller time frames here, but bigger picture, this is the 4-hour time frame, by the way. We still haven't truly broken free from the descending trend, the macro trend, ever since we've hit the high of roughly about 395. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Until we break above that, we're still not in the clear, but we're getting close. We have a strong amount of volume below us, a point of control there. More likelihood of seeing further upside for this coin. It's just kind of what it looks like for the moment. So we'll double check a few things in the back end and kind of go from there. And I just want to say thanks again so much for being an awesome part of my life. I deeply appreciate you always hitting the like button, commenting below. A lot of folks are doing pretty well with SUI too. Quick congrats to our community members as well. We had some folks taking some pretty solid longs earlier today. Costas, fantastic job there, my friend. And then Harshbeer as well. Good job. A lot of folks bought that dip there essentially when Bitcoin hit that 91K range. We took some nice profits from our Bitcoin short, 42%. We hit 98 to 91.5, and then Tau long as well, 55%. But don't make no mistakes, folks. It's never always sunshine and rainbows. 26% loss from Polkadot. Obviously, there is a lot of offset with my favorite trade here with Cartesi, 90%. But the truth is, it all averages out in the end as long as you are making good, good decisions. Again, not every trade is perfect, folks. That's okay though. Speaking of trade, let's see here. Last 7 days on the left-hand side, is it worth taking a long or a short right now? We are closer to the upper side of liquidation, so it would make sense from a liquidation standpoint here for the price to go further up. But just keep in mind, from a macro perspective, we're kind of smack dab in the middle of like these bigger numbers. Okay, so it's not like there's like a monumental amount there, but there are some pretty decent. There's a decent chunk of liquidation just above our local high of roughly 370. Let's take a quick peek at the 12-hour, just kind of see what the last 12 hours tells us. We can see roughly a similar scenario there. We can see 350 to 355 as that next area of liquidation. Okay. We scroll down, we kind of take a look here, of course, at this is basically liquidation levels. This is like the delta. We can see there's more people taking longs and shorts at this given time, which makes sense considering we're above that local support. We can also see here too as well, we're entering some resistance at 350. You got to recognize it's not going to be a walk in the park to break through that. But again, pending Bitcoin doesn't have any substantial drop in value, we should see the price go higher here for SUI. Again, we are right there at the local point of control, or more importantly, the open interest. We look at the macro point of control here. If we kind of zoom in just to say, ever since we've been on this range of 340 or so, we can see 339 as that heavier concentration of volume. And then of course we zoom out a little bit more, we can see the secondary amount there at 320. So 320 and 340 is that rough estimate of a support range for us. In other words, being above that is a good sign. That's just the simple way to understand it. And then what we'll do here, we'll compare this coin with Bitcoin and just kind of see how well or poorly it's doing with it. But the general consensus here is that we're still fairly bullish. We're back up over the 20-day SMA. We can see here as well, we're still between 50 and 70 in the RSI. We haven't lost any type of support there. Stochastic is swinging up here, which is generally a favorable sign on the daily time frame, especially with that strong bullish engulfing candle from yesterday. So a lot of things looking pretty good here. Let's take a look at the 4-hour though, kind of a little deeper dive here. We can see the price action is above the 20-day SMA, but still below the 50. So generally it's unfavorable to try to trade against the 50-day SMA, but we're getting super close to it and we're averaging out nicely in this range here. And I really like this kind of pattern here that we're seeing. It's kind of generally a bullish pattern where the price action works itself into somewhat of a triangle or pennant, and the likelihood of breaking up is higher than lower. Okay, take a look here. We can see stochastic is swinging up again. We can see RSI up over 50, money flow index above 50. That's even better. I like to see the money flow index above the RSI. That's generally a very, very bullish sign here. Same thing with the hourly too. If I'm not mistaken, we're back up over the cloud, which we have actually been maintaining that for a while. And when we covered this yesterday, I mentioned to just be kind of careful taking along right there the first time it breaks through. If it can hold and maintain, which it has, it's a very good sign. Okay, so we're on the right side of tracks on almost every front. The only thing that's slightly concerning is just the descending trend line that hasn't broken, but we're basically testing that right now as we speak. So I think a long makes a lot more sense to take on this coin right now versus a short. Keep in mind, we do compare this with Bitcoin. We look at the two. Bitcoin is going straight up. SUI has been going like kind of up, over, down, and up again. So, this coin is very sporadic in a lot of ways. It will respond positively when Bitcoin pulls back. So heaven forbid Bitcoin pulls back, money's just going to flow right into SUI and it'll probably go up further. So I think we're in pretty good shape here to consider a long position. This is definitely something I'm leaning more towards. And at this point here, just know that looking pretty strong in the overall sense. And Bitcoin is actually holding above that 95K support level. So I think we close above 95K today with Bitcoin. We should be in good shape to see further upside for most altcoins. So things are looking on the up and up here, folks. I'll post our playout chart here in our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord here shortly. Again, join us over at Bitunix if you haven't already. We've got a nice prize pool this month. There's a huge deposit reward bonus coming next month, so I'll have that available here in a couple of days. But between now and then, just use my link to register. You'll always be eligible for those. Last but not least is just joining our trading community if you want. CryptoCash.tech is a site linked down below. We've got a lot of new members. Welcome aboard. We look forward to working with you. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you soon. Take care.